All right, what's up, everybody? I hope everybody is doing well. I know it's been a minute, but here I is. Here I is. I hope, again, everybody is doing well, taking care of themselves and their families. Everything with me is copacetic. Doing the same old, keeping real busy, juggling multiple things at the same daggone time, but I'm getting through. I'm getting through. So, let's just go ahead and get right into it. I had somebody hit me up about a topic, and it's a really good topic, so I wanted to bring it onto the channel. And the topic is about playing your role in your relationship. Now, before I even start, I want to put a disclaimer out there. Not even so much a disclaimer, just a comment to know that I do realize that as time goes on, as we get older, physically, mentally, financially, the responsibilities that we have on our plate, having children, having disagreements with your partner, a whole bunch of different things take place, over time. So I get it. Okay, I get it, especially to the ladies, because I think the ladies may look at me in some kind of way, but I just definitely want to say I get it. Everything is not going to always be as it was in the very beginning. Things do change. But I think there's a way to go about those changes, about handling those changes, and how it affects the relationship. So, I wanted to talk about, like I said, playing your role in a relationship, and more so of how things start off in the beginning of a relationship and how they kind of dwindle off as time goes on, and how, in all honesty, it's not fair to the other party within that relationship. So, for example, if you hypothetically wore the same, your partner's favorite colors, pretty often when you were first dating them, and as time goes on, you probably now only wear their favorite color maybe around their birthday. That's not right. If were taking them to nice restaurants a couple of times a week, but now you're not taking them to any restaurants probably once a month, not fair. If you were into nice PJs, nice underwear, but now you've gotten comfortable in your relationship and you just don't care about your undergarments, the elastic is stretching, you got holes in them, your pajamas are like t-shirts and sweatpants kind of thing. That's not cool. Again, you have a responsibility to your partner within the relationship. I think I had mentioned it in one of my other recordings before that I was talking to this guy when I was single, and he was a potential candidate. He had mentioned that he had been married before, and after 13 years of their marriage, one of the things that he realized is that they did not care to impress one another anymore. And when he said it, one, he didn't have to say it. We hadn't been talking that long, and I'm also not a pariah. I'm not going to ask you, what happened to your marriage and things of that nature. Over time, somebody will reveal those things to you. So, I just let him be comfortable in the conversation. But he said that when he mentioned about the impressing one another, it sounded like he either learned a lesson, he felt bad about it, he took something away from that experience, and it wasn't just a comment and keep it moving. It was something that he was relaying to me, or maybe even to himself in that conversation. So I think when he made that comment, and I was thinking about this subject here, I found it interesting because when you're single, you're trying to impress a lot of people. You're trying to cast that net pretty wide in order to get you a catch. And then when you finally do get that catch, you only have one set of eyes now that you really have to impress, and that's your partner, outside of yourself, of course, but that's your partner. So, and you can communicate with your partner, what they like. You can find out what they like much easier than you would when you just, are in the dating pool. So I think it's extremely important not to forget that your partner has needs. They want to be attracted to you. I know as women, a lot of times we are connected to behaviors and emotions. And if our partner isn't kind of working with us, or doing the things that we kind of would like in order to be stimulated by them, we can kind of cut back on certain things, and we may not, the grooming may not be as good as it used to be, or as on point as it used to be. It may be some kind of letting go there. Sexually, if you were a person who was very into different things or and like to have sex more frequently when you first started the relationship, and now as years go on, now you just don't want to do it at all or very seldomly want to do it, that kind of throws your partner off. Like if you were taking him, let's say, to nice bed and breakfasts, as you exposed him to this beautiful experience, and you were doing something like that for him once a month, and now you got married, or you got him, or you got her, which I never really understood that, but you get them, and now you just stop doing those things that they enjoyed. And one of the things that probably played a part into why they chose you when they could have chosen someone else or just stayed single. I find it funny when a lot of times people say, I've heard people say, when we got married, things change, or, when, it was different from when we first started. And again, I understand that things are going to change. Everything is not going to be the same as it was when you initially started. Realistically, we've been around the block enough times. We're old enough to know when you first date somebody, you are pulling out all the stops. You are just going above and beyond. But as time goes on, even in the beginning, you want to spend a lot of time with them. But as time goes on, you kind of want a little bit of alone time. You want some time with your girls. You want some time with your boys. You want time with your family without your partner. So things change, and there's nothing wrong with change, and there's nothing wrong with individuality. But you have to be mindful that that is your partner and you made a commitment. A lot of times, and even somebody had made a comment on the channel before about making that commitment and what's the difference between marriage and like if you got married and you weren't married. To me, it's no big deal. I mean, it's no big difference. Like I said, for me, when I'm in a relationship, I'm in it 100%. So if we were together on Tuesday and we got married on Friday, I'm the same person on Saturday. There's no difference in me really with, in my relationships. I play my role to the best of my abilities. I try to communicate, and you want to be effective when you do communicate whatever you're needing from your partner, because if you don't say anything, nothing is going to change. And you want to be effective in your communication. You want to make sure that you're saying it. And there was something else about communication that I wanted to say, but I forgot. For single people, be mindful as you step into these relationships and you're doing the most. Because if you're doing the most out the gate, your partner is going to be looking for you to continue to do the most throughout. Like right now, I'm experiencing that, right? So right now, I am the only one that's cleaning the bathroom. And I'm okay with that right now, right? I'm okay with that right now because I'm working from home, and it doesn't take a lot. I can do that on my lunch break and be done with it in a couple of minutes. So it doesn't take a lot from me, and I'm kind of particular with it. So I don't mind taking that on. I do realize, though, that since my partner, my love, was, he was single, he was living in his own space, he knows what it is to clean the bathroom. So I don't think I would have a problem with saying, listen, I need you to clean the restroom, clean the bathroom, washing clothes. I wash the clothes primarily. Again, I'm working from home. He's washed clothes before. We've had the conversation where he's like, babe, if you need me to wash the clothes, I'll do it. So I think if your partner's open and they don't mind doing it, it's cool if you want to be the primary. But if you're going to start off being the primary, just keep in mind that you might get them accustomed to this. And if you've gotten them accustomed to it, you have to be real mindful when you communicate. Okay, that's what I wanted to say about communication. If you're not going to keep up what you used to do, or you're at least not going to meet your partner halfway, you have to explain the reason why you're not doing what you used to do, or why you don't want to do something anymore. And I would not accept a simple, I just don't want to. I don't feel like it. Nah. We're not doing that. We're not going to just say we don't feel like it. You could get away with that a couple of times, but it's going to be very seldom that you can use that card. Again, things change, and I think you have to communicate that to your partner and be open-minded. Think about different ways to do things that you used to do before. If you used to take them to nice restaurants or to nice bed and breakfasts every month, now you can't do that, maybe but quarterly. Be able to communicate that. Say, babe, we got a new car, we got a new baby on the way, we're paying for college, we had that accident, the tickets, the insurance went up. Whatever the case may be, to have made the changes in your life where you're not able to accommodate them the way that you used to, communicate that. If you don't communicate that, you're leaving a door open for your partner to be stimulated by someone else. Now, that someone else may not be a threat so much in regards to another woman or another man trying to get with your spouse or your partner, but it can be a family member, a close friend, a coworker, because if they enjoy, and I know I'm throwing out there like a whole bunch of different scenarios, but if your partner enjoys ice skating and you don't want to ice skate with them anymore, and you used to ice skate with them before, and they still want to ice skate, but they don't like doing it by themselves, and they find somebody who enjoys doing that, whether it's the same sex, opposite sex, long as it's respectful, to the relationship, it's cool. But again, you're leaving the door open for somebody else to come into your relationship and do things with your partner, with your spouse, that you may not really be comfortable with. So you have to be mindful that you play a role in your relationship. And if you don't play your role, and if you don't communicate or think outside the box on how you can be a part of your partner being happy while you're still happy, then you're leaving a lot of room for a lot of unknowns. And me in particular, I'm not down for a lot of unknowns. Some unknowns, because that's life. You're not going to know what's on the other side. You're not going to know what's behind that door. But there's some things that you can play a part in and try to have some kind of control. And I think that communicating with your partner is one of those really big things. Making that sacrifice, because that's what it's about. If you want that monogamy, you want that one-on-one, you have to be open. You have to make a sacrifice. It's a flexibility. I am learning that. Of course, I am not all-knowing, but I am learning along the way. I was thinking to myself, in my current relationship, like my past relationships, I must have been doing it all wrong or something, because this one is so much more mature. It's so much more of a learning experience and being open, and again, learning about myself, being flexible. That I had natural hair and I was blowing it out for the fall and the winter, but as the summer comes, the summer month, my hair is going to go back into its natural state. My love likes my hair. He told me to stop saying that he didn't like my natural. He said he liked the natural, but he thinks that I look better with it straight. He said it does something for him and he likes it. And again, those set of eyes are the only set of eyes that I'm trying to impress. I am not about my hair. I love my hair, don't get me wrong, but I'm not all about my hair. If he wants it straight, he's going to get it straight. He's good to me. He makes me feel good, and he's my partner. And it's again about sacrifices and being submissive. And so I got me a perm, and he's happy, I'm happy, but it's those small sacrifices. When I told some people, especially younger ladies, when I tell them that going into a perm, before I did it, they made this face. One young lady made like a real crazy face in the sound, but she didn't look at me and she didn't say anything. And I let her know, I said, he's a good man and he's worth it. I'm not making any big changes, or I'm not making a lot of waves and changes in my life for somebody who is just not up to par in my eyes, and in my life. I'm just not going to do it. I haven't done it. But again, this is my love, and it's a small sacrifice to make. Again, it's about compromises, and I think that you have to play your role. For me to have stuck to the fact that I didn't want to perm my hair, when my man is telling me that that's something that he likes, and he thinks that I look good with my hair straight, I look better rather to him with my hair straight, I don't have a problem. I have no problem. Like he said, I came after you with it natural, but that's his preference, and I don't have a problem accommodating his preference. So again, you have to be flexible with your partner. You have to play your role in the relationship. Be creative. Step outside the box. I've said it before. Nobody knows how, the ins and outs of your relationship. You're not going to tell everybody or that one person every single thing that happens in your relationship, but in your heart's a heart, why you do or don't do what you do in your relationship, but I think if you're going to be in it, you should definitely be make sure that you're communicating with your partner what you need. Because again, if you don't, somebody will go ice skating, somebody will take them to a bed and breakfast, or expose them, even separate rooms. But them having that experience with someone other than you, I don't think it will sit well with a lot of individuals, male or female. So just be mindful in your relationship to be open-minded, to communicate, and to play your role. We have responsibilities to our partners, not just to ourselves, not just to our children, but also to our partners. I think I've seen, rather, sometimes over the years that partners have taken the other half for granted, and did not attend to them the way that they should. And it can just be simple as movie time. I know a guy was talking to me a couple of years ago about, going out on dates with his wife and how she didn't make time to go out on dates with him. And again, it's two sides to every story. There may be a reason why she didn't want to go out on dates with him. But again, communicate what you need from your partner. Be mindful that things change. The person who is asking for something, keep your mind open to, you may not get it the way that you want it. You may not get what you want. But if your partner is meeting you halfway and they're making changes and they're making sacrifices to at least try their best to make you happy, show your appreciation for that. And step up to the plate and do whatever you can in order to work within those new guidelines for the both of you. All right. Is there anything else that I want to say to you party people? Because I haven't seen you in a while. No, I think that's about it. But I did have somebody else hit me up with a topic. Matter of fact, two hit me up with a topic. So I think I'm going to bring one of those, at least one of those, to the channel in the next couple of days. I have my part-time that I'm working this week and my full-time. So I don't know when I'll be back on the channel, but I just wanted to share that, my 2 cents about playing your role in your relationships. I hope that this kind of hits home for some people. And hey, share the YouTube channel with other people. You can share this content with other people. If you have any comments or feedback and any topics that you want me to talk about, hit me up at sugarfreelifecoaching@yahoo.com. I'm going to go back in the house and finish cooking. Here I am with my flexibility and my compromises. I'm cooking 2 meals today, and I don't know when I'll be cooking again. And that's the flexibility that I have in my relationship right now. The give and take. I cook sometimes, and he's okay with it, and I'm very appreciative of that. All right. Anyways, before I get into another topic, you guys have a good evening. Take care of yourselves. Be safe, and peace.